Okay, I wanted to do a real quick video about how to use our TI-Nspires to solve the 1-1 and any equation problem. These actually can be used for the 1-2, 1-3, or 1-4 assignments as well to help you with checking if you want to use just do things on the calculator. So FYI, we do not use NSolve in this class. We use our graphing calculator mostly to help us find solutions. So that's what I'm going to be demonstrating here. Okay, so if you do not see this main screen where it says Scratchpad and Documents, make sure you push the button that has a house on it. It will always take you back here. And we're going to mostly use the documents, the new document, when we are doing assignments. That way, if you are doing something, you can actually save to the calculator and then send me ask questions and that kind of thing. So we're going to use an add graph, not a calculator this time. And the question is on our screen is 3x plus 5 equals 20. So what you're going to do is for the first thing you're doing is we're not going to type in the whole equation. We're going to type in just the left side of the equation. Where's my mouse? We're just going to type in the left side of the equation, just this part right here, into the calculator first. Okay? And I apologize for the glare. 3x plus 5, and we're going to hit enter. Okay? So once you hit enter, it will draw the line. Now, we only put half the equation in. We need to put the other half in. So look right here on your calculator next to the big button, it says tab. Push tab, and F2 will pop up. Now we're going to put in everything after the equal sign. So in this case, 20, and then push enter. Now, when you look at it, it didn't look like it did anything, right? But that's because 20 is off the screen. We need to tell the calculator we need 20 to be on the screen. So there's a couple of ways you can do that. My preference to get started is to use Windows Zoom. So you go to For Windows and then Fit to Screen, which is A. You can just type the letter A and it will do it. And notice it redraw it, and now we have a red line here where they're in a crossing spot. Okay, so you can actually use your mouse, which is right here at the big button. It is a touch mouse, which means you just touch it and move your finger around. If you go over and hover over something, it will come up with a fancy hand that looks like this. Push down when that hand's open, and it will close the hand, and then you can move that out of your way. Okay? And then click on it, the button again, the mouse again, to let go of it. So we're going to click, hold it, and then we're going to move it out of the way. Okay. Now we want to find, well, where is this intersection? Because that's going to be our answer. So we're going to push menu. This time we're going to be analyzing our graph. So we're going to analyze the graph, and we want to know where the intersection is. So we're going to do menu 6-4. It puts a dotted line on it. Now, it is very important. Do not line up that dotted line with the intersection. That's not how this works. You go a little bit in front of it, and then push enter. And then you use your finger just to pull across. Do not push down when you're pulling across. Just walk your finger across until you see a dot appear. Then push enter again. What it will appear is a number in parentheses, comma, another number. The second number is the 20. That came from the equation. The first number is your answer. So our answer to 3x plus 5 equals 20 is x equals 5. Yeah, okay, there. It's just being slow. And there you go. Okay, so I'm going to run through a couple more examples just to make sure you guys have the things that going through those steps. So home to go back to the main screen, 1 for new document, don't save anything, 2 for graph, and this time we have a y in our equation. Calculator does not like y. It doesn't like any letter but x. So pretend that y is an x and type it in as an x on your calculator. So 6y becomes 6x minus 5. hit enter. It will draw that line. Now again, tab button right above the control button, and then you'll put everything on the left, the other side of the equal sign in. So left goes in first, right goes in second, hit enter. They don't show up. Now 49 is going to be way high up. So here's the second way you can actually put it in your picture. Push menu, 4, and this time we're going to change the settings, and it's at the very top. So we're going to change window settings. We know that our minimum, our X value, excuse me, our Y is going to be at least 49. So we're going to make our max Y, let's make it 55. We know we're going to be somewhere up in the 55 range for the Y because that's where our second number came, the second half of our equal sign came from. And we can make our start minimum amount, say 30, just so it's a smaller screen, okay? So this is just adjusting the screen physically ourselves. Notice it was just barely on the screen. So we can actually change it one more time. But since we see the intersection, we can go ahead and use the intersection. But if you still don't see where they're Xing, go back to menu, zoom, and then pick the window screens again. And you can see it's going off to the left to the positive 10. So let's make minimum 0 and maximum 20, or maybe 30. Yeah, 20 is fine. And that should center it in your screen. Okay, so you kind of get reorder the calculator to be where you want it to be. Now to find the intersection, menu, 6 for analyze, intersection 4, and again dotted line on the left side of where they cross, using just your mouse to move it back and forth. Okay, a little bit on the left side, push enter, and pull across until you see the dot and push enter again. So our answer to this problem is Y is equal to 9. Now, just because we changed the letter in our calculator to X, the computer has no idea we did that. So that's why we're doing it that way. We're just getting the calculator to be our friend instead of trying to give us a hard time. Okay, let's see if there's any other questions that I need to kind of guide through. Pretty much all of these are going to be like that. Okay, same difference here. This time they reversed it. So we'll do one more example and that will be the end of this video. So we're going to go back to home. Oops, I got to get my camera back up. Go back to home, new document. Okay, oops. If something happens and it doesn't show up, push menu or whatever, or just go back to home and start over. So new document. What's on the left side of the equal sign is 48. So that's all we're going to do. We're just going to click on 48. We'll adjust our screen here in a little bit. And then tab, -7, D can't go in, so we put in X, +6, and we get that. We still don't see both of them, so again, we wanted to change our screen. So again, since 48 is pretty far up there, we're going to go to Window, Settings, and we know that that is still representing Y, so we'll go up to 50, and we'll start at maybe 30, a little above what we expect it to be at, okay? And we'll hit OK and see if there's an intersection. So there is an intersection, and now menu, 6, 4 for intersection, put it a little bit in front of it, hit enter, pull across until it dots. And again, if you can't read it, go grab it. So go on top of it, push down with your finger, pull it down, and then you can read it. So what's the answer to this one? It's whatever the X value is. Remember that. Our answers will always be whatever the X value is. So in this case, it is -6. Okay, so I want you to use this method on all of the solving equations. We're not going to be using, you might have heard of insolve. We're not going to be using that at all. So if you don't want to write out the steps like I've done in the videos, this is your only other option to solve these equations, is use graphing method. Okay, it's a perfectly legit method. And just so you can see, we are all correct. All right, thank you. I just wanted to make sure that you guys had this short video. Where is my